they would carefully just rip the donut in half or cut it in half.
Yeah.
And I thought that was pretty cool. And people did that because when I worked in traffic, we actually had a lot of food brought in all the time because it was kind of a custom, a weird, unofficial custom. Except it wasn't like donuts and cookies and crackers and stuff. It was really weird stuff that was delicious, but nothing that in 100 years I would have ever even come across, because it's like, oh, someone brought in brioche or what? It's like, what? Okay, whatever. Try it. It's good. Okay. Sure enough, it'd be good. And then if they were just too big of portions, usually like the admin would just take a knife and just kind of cut them up into smaller portions, which was pretty damn awesome, actually. And then I know one time, it was some kind of Mexican food, but it was something that I could not pronounce, and it was made authentic in the whole 9 yards, and they brought in 3 gigantic dishes. It was like a week's worth of food for our whole department that they brought in. And I didn't know what they were, how to prepare them, or how to cook them. And somebody showed me and started snacking on those. That was awesome. Everybody was eating those for like a week. But it was like proportioned out, and I think it's because that department was so used to it that they kind of had a little unofficial process for how to deal with the food coming in. But I think departments where it's kind of weird and foreign to them, they just think they can't handle it. But that was cool. We had all kinds of weird pastries and weird lunches and stuff, and this is from such and such vendor because their execs were here and this or that, and it was like, sweet. It's what I imagine it would be like working at a doctor's office, because those guys get like 3 meals brought in for lunch every day. You ever sat in a doctor's office and just watched like the food rolling in from all the pharmaceutical vendors?
No.
Oh man.
I worked at when I worked at Progressive, they did that. Because they were doing something or something. They brought us dinner or something. Because they decided to do it for every shift.
Holy
so they brought
cow.
it. Yeah, so they did it for the first shift, second shift, and the third shift. So they ended up bringing us like barbecue or something.
Wow.
I'm just like, all right. And then every couple weeks we'll have one of the data recovery people, which I guess we're allowed to kind of like, oh, well, here's a service you can use if you like. They'll bring in Panera every day. So they'll bring in like cookies, they'll bring in coffee, bagels, like all this stuff. It's just like, dude, that is a lot.
That's awesome. Yeah, I'm trying to think of most of the stuff that people brought in. I didn't even know what it was, but I stopped being scared after a while because everybody was eating it. They bring in like all these different spreads and breads. And it was awesome. But nowhere else I've ever really seen people be able to make very good sense of it.
Yeah.
Usually what happens is too much gets ordered, and then nobody eats it all, and then it just gets ransacked by either people just wanting to take extra food home, or
like the other teams, like some of the managers, they get food brought in like every other week or something from places from their people. Lots of it. So they do their little meeting things, and when it's done, they bring it all out to us.
You get the leftovers.
Pretty much, but it's all for they don't really have to throw it out.
Yeah.
So it's like, they send out emails of, hey, we got all this stuff over there, and you're pretty much welcome to any of it. And there's usually tons.
Yep. Yeah, that happened at my last place a little bit, but I usually wasn't even there. And it was usually food that didn't look, I don't know, I was just like, oh, I can probably tell why they didn't eat this. It does not look good.
Yeah, there's been times like that too. It's like, hey, this is a full thing, no kidding.
That might be a red flag.
So I'll probably have to go to the store a little later. I don't want to go. Right now it'll be super busy.
Yeah.
And they're open. I think they're open at like midnight or something.
Cool.
So my grill was supposed to be delivered today, so I was just waiting at home going, okay. And then I guess they just went directly to the office, since I'm never here anyway, during the week. So
yes.
yeah, but there was no notice or anything until like, I think 6:30. I got a text, oh, your thing's been delivered. So I go to Amazon and check. I'm like, well, shit, the office closed at 5:30.
Thanks.
Guess I'm not grilling up any chicken tonight.
That sucks. Man, that's the biggest thing I hated about apartments too, because what would happen with us too is they were like, oh, we don't have it. It's not in here. And then it's because they had two rooms that they put their packages in. Well, we don't think it's in the other one. Can you check, please? Well, we don't think it's in there. Yeah, I get that. Can you check? Yeah, I guess. And of course it's fucking in there. Irritating. And then one time, I ordered some stuff, and nobody was around, and they didn't follow the directions to turn it into the office, so it just got returned and then destroyed because they don't take returns. That really pissed me off. 5:30. Is that when your last apartment's closed too?
Yeah, I think so.
That sucks.
I mean, I'm kind of used to it, like, because that's kind of a normal time. I just wish that they'd I wish they would have made an attempt to deliver it, but like, I don't blame them. Like, if they've delivered a couple things and I'm never here during the week, then...
Well, it might have a do not...
Plus, this is Texas.
Yeehaw.
Everybody works frickin' 8 to 5 here. Like, everybody.
Sweet.
Which is why it's so frickin' busy on the weekends. Like, they're opposed to any of that, oh, let's do, 10-hour, 4-day shifts kind of thing. Nope. It's crazy talk. I'm like, no, it's not. You know what it's like trying to do errands on the weekend with everybody else? It's crazy. You have so much traffic and all kind of crap that early in the morning, late in the evening? That's why. Because everybody's doing the same thing. Everybody's trying to go to work. Everybody's trying to come home. Oh, everybody has to quickly run to the store and grab something. Like... Because my schedule will pretty much be this until, looks to be that way until June. Because they're not changing it. Plus side, I did get, yesterday, offered to possibly go to the chat side of it.
Yes.
Which is a move up.
Yeah, well, hell yeah, it is.
So,